Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and this is part of my series that's part of a YouTube collaboration that's called For the Love of Crafting and Sharing. And every month we get a prompt or a challenge and we have to design a layout around that. So for May, it's everything floral. So that's what I have here. I have chosen to do a layout about the public garden in Boston because we did see some lovely flowers when we were there. I actually have another photo behind here that's just of the sign, but I'm going to have to do a photo flip here because I want all these photos, but then I also want flowers in the other pockets. So that means I need to fit in something extra somewhere. So I already have a photo flip out here that I will be using, but I probably won't do that till the end. For now, I'm going to start by trying to pick out my cards and which florals I want to use. I have picked out these, and these are 3D dimensional flowers from Ecstasy Crafts. They're online. If you've never heard of them, check them out. They come just like this with all their pieces in there, and then I don't know if the camera's showing it very well, but they're sparkly. They have glitter already on them, which is fantastic. And I know I want to use at least one of these, but I would love to use both if I can, because I have the different shades of pink, purple, and white in these flowers, so I would really like to use them. I'm not quite sure if this is the arrangement that I'm going to stick with, but for now, I think that's what I'm starting with. I definitely don't want these next to each other. I want them spaced out, but I suppose I could maybe do that instead. No, because then the flowers would be next to each other. If I could do that, and then they'd be spaced out. I have options, so I haven't quite figured it all out yet, but I know I want to use at least one of these, if not both. Then I also need some cards, preferably at least one that is a journaling card so that I can write something. So I have a lot of work to do. So I found this piece of paper in my stash, and I cut it down to a 3x4 so that I can use it here because I have lovely yellow in that photo right there, and I want to work in yellow somewhere else. Now the only problem is obviously I don't want those next to each other, so I think I am going to have to maneuver the photos a little bit, and I think that one's going to end up here just so that these are opposite each other on the layout, and then I will pick one of these to build onto that background. All right, so because there's more purple, it's more intense in this photo, I am going to keep that down here. I'm going to use this set of flowers here for that card and keep it in the top pocket. Now I do want to say that when I build these, I use pop dots between at least one layer because it gives it a nice three-dimensional look, but you don't have to do that. You can just layer them kind of as is, each piece on top of each other, and that would be fine. It just really depends on how much dimension you want. So here you can see the 3 different pieces that come with this. So this is the bottom, middle, top. I tend to do my pop dot layer on the bottom and then raise from there. So I don't do pop dots on both levels, just on one. So I will put the pop dots on the back of this middle one, layer it, and then this level will go on top just as is, no pop dots. So here you can see with the first layer done, you can tell they don't perfectly cover one another. This doesn't have a top on it, neither does this section. And you can see there how I did my pop dots in between. So now I will just put the top layer on by itself. All right, here it is, all completed. So hopefully the camera picks up the dimension there that you can see the top layer. Again, doesn't cover everything, so there is lots of dimension there. So that one is complete. And then all I need to do is adhere it to this background and it'll be ready for the pocket. So I placed it up here, that's where it's going to be, and I realized I misspoke before. I said Ecstasy Crafts. That is the website where you can find the company that makes them, but this is who actually makes them. It's called Hardy Crafts. So go to Ecstasy Crafts to that website, and then it'll list the companies they carry, and this is one of them. So I've decided I do want to use this other floral. I really want to work that in. So I have to find another background, and I'm not sure what color that's going to be. I might even go for a very, very light green. I could go with white as a default if I had to. I really don't want to do yellow again because I have that. So I have pulled out a bunch of just background 3x4 cards that I have to see if I have anything in there that will work for these flowers. Well, sadly, I didn't find anything in those cards that I thought was subtle enough to be the background for this. So I am going to end up defaulting to white. So I just took a scratch piece of paper I had, made a 3x4 card to use that up, and then I will layer these just like I did the other one. All right, I've layered that one all together and I have it adhered to the paper. And as you can see, I decided to move photos around a little bit. I like these in opposite corners, so I want to have that. And then the rest of these are just dispersed, and it isn't quite what I thought it would be at first, but I think it'll be okay in this configuration. So I'm going to stick with it. And then I'm thinking I have blank here. I may stamp something in black because there's a lot of black happening in there as well. So that would match. So I can do that. And then after that, I'm not sure what else I want to add in terms of embellishments because these are quite bold and intricate, and I don't want to overdo the layout. The next problem I have is still finding which one of these. Oh, this one was going to be the pocket. I have to figure out what I'm going to do in the middle here. So I need to find a card that has some journaling space. I think I have found the card that's going to go in the flip. I found this one. And I think this was from a kit from Coco Daisy when I was subscribing to them, and I've just had it left over. And I like it because it's green, but it's not the same green. It's a little bit of a lighter green, which I like. I also like that it has both yellow and white in it because then it offsets the other things that you're seeing here. So I do think that will be what goes in there, and it doesn't leave me a huge amount of room for journaling, but enough. I can work with that, I think. So that at least is set. So I may put that together and then just see what else I need to add, or I may do my stamping next. I have pulled out this stamp set, and I believe this is an older one from Citrus Twist, and hopefully you can see on here. These are very well loved. It's kind of dark, but hopefully you can see this one says highlights. I'm going to do that one right up here in the upper right-hand corner. So there is the card with the stamping, which I like. So that one will go right here in this pocket. And then all I have left to do is the flip. All right, so I have everything attached in the pockets here. And when I was looking at this, I did decide I want to do one more thing. I want to put something on this photo. So I'm going to take it out of the pocket if it'll cooperate. There we go. And I pulled some different chipboard phrases that I have, and there's only one thing on here that I thought might work. This I think is better. I love this one that says beautiful day because it's pink, so it will match. And I also like the one that says so happy, so I was wondering if maybe I could stack them somehow. But I like odd numbers for design principles. I know teach you that odd numbers are more appealing to the eye, and I just like them personally. But then I would have to find a third thing in the middle, so I'm not sure how that would work. If I can't find anything, I'll just use this one for sure because I love it, but I'm going to try to find 3. So I didn't find anything else that I thought would work with 3 things down here. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to pull this one out of the pocket. I'm still going to use the So Happy, but now I'm just going to put it up here on the left instead. All right, I'm going to do a close-up now since I think I have everything in the pockets, and it's going to stay the way it is. So here's the top row. I do think that pink helps because this has so much black and gray in it. That livens it up a little bit. And there's the middle row. And then the bottom row with the stamping and the other chipboard, and then the flip with the lovely card. And I didn't point out what it says before, but I love it. It says the best things about memories is making them. And that's so true because we were on a vacation amongst these beautiful flowers, and it's a lovely memory. So here's another one done for my YouTube collaboration. Thanks for watching, everyone.